If you get big, your people can get big. Your people's money problems convert from a problem to the opportunity to create wealth with you. Your number one job as a business owner is to create wealth. Money principles. Never spend money until it's banked. So many construction companies got drummed in the last 18 months because you took a deposit on a future job, you spent it to stay in business today. 5 months later, you went to order the materials for your job only to have the materials cost go up by 38% and be delayed by another 90 days. That vortex took a lot of companies down. You have to learn when you can spend money and how to bank money. When I get into breakpoints, this is one of the biggest breakpoints for businesses between breakpoint 1 and breakpoint 4. Getting crushed under the weight of revenue, but not making money. Then what happens is you invest 40% of your gross income. Why 40% of gross income? Because you got to pay taxes. It's because it forces you to live on the 25-30% that's left over. If you just play this game for 5 years, 8 years, you're going to become wealthy. If you're running the top line of the business. If you're personally pursuing the top revenue line in a business for a business owner. Making money and then putting it in the right places is how wealth is created. It isn't created accidentally. You might win a lottery, but most of the people that win the lotteries lose the money. Doesn't matter how much they win because they never learn how to create wealth. If you can't write it off, don't buy it. If you can't buy 2 of them with cash, don't do it. Use the 1 to 5 rating system for using money. So what you do is you say, okay, I've got this money over here now. I'm going to rate these 10 things I want. The boat, the truck, the sports car, the new piece of equipment for my business, the new tractor for my business, a wedding ring or a new ring for my wife. You make your list and then you do a 1 to 5. What is the things that are going to drive the highest value so you can make more money with the money that you have? And then you put a line through the rest of it until you can do 2 of them with cash. Does that make sense? You just follow a process to stay disciplined and teach your team to do the same thing. Rent and lease, don't own. Cars, homes, offices. Now people will say, Brandon, you own homes, and Brandon, you have lots of cars. I do, I'm a car guy. But you know, I never get rid of my cars. I still have my '08 Ferrari Scuderia. I still have my '09 Maserati Grand Sport Special Edition. Yes, I also have my 2023 Ferrari, my 2023 Maserati. I collect things. They're artwork for me. But that's because I've generated enough money. My passive income pays for that stuff. I look at it like, hey, it doesn't cost me anything because the stuff I've done and invested in is paying me the money, so the money can then go buy those things. And if all of a sudden I found myself in a position where I can do the things I want to do, I would get rid of them. And when it says, if you're going to do it, buy 2 of them, it's like I got 2 Cullinans, 2 Ferraris, 2 Maseratis, because I live by this policy. Only 1 airplane. Stabilize first flow before starting second flow. And I really get into this at the 10X 360. We talk about building connected versus disconnected businesses. Building multiple flows of income that are not connected becomes highly problematic. And I've watched more great businesses get destroyed because the business owner went after multiple flows of income in a non-connected way. They didn't complement each other, and one took the other one down. So I would just suggest to you that you learn the principles of a connected versus disconnected structure, and we teach that at the 10X 360. Second flow should be connected to first, and it should not require any additional time. This is how we built a business that did $80 million. Right there, that dot represents each one of you in the room. It's a relationship. Now, some of you come to boot camp, some of you train on Cardone U, some of you went to GrowthCon, some of you went to my 10X 360, some of you invested in Cardone Capital, some of you went to stages to develop your speaking ability and presentations ability, some of you went to the sales execution workshop, maybe somebody went to the marketing execution, maybe somebody went to the people execution workshop. It's actually people essentials, but I like saying that. Maybe somebody invested with us and became a partner. Maybe somebody went into our strategic business unit. Somebody bought a business with us. We own businesses together now. The circle's starting to look awful. Maybe Grant featured you on the GCTV series we're doing with Real Estate King, or maybe you're going to be on one of our other shows, one of our Entrepreneurial Mogul shows. Maybe you invested in Grant Cardone Foundation because you believe in the cause. Maybe you decided to become a licensee. Maybe you decided to become a 10X business advisor. You notice every one of these circles is something we do. And then there's this off time where I meet this guy, it was maybe 2 boot camps ago, and he goes, "Hey Brandon, how you doing, man? I've been looking forward to meeting you." I'm like, "Great, how long you been working with us?" He goes, "Well, I've never done anything with you guys, but I put $5 million into Cardone Capital." I go, "You've never worked with us, you own a business, but you put $5 million in Cardone Capital." He goes, "Yeah, it's funny, right?" I asked myself the same question. How is it I've never actually done anything with you guys? I've been doing so well in Cardone Capital, maybe you could help me generate more money in my business. I'm like, "That's great." So that relationship started here, went back to here, and went all the way back out to there. See how that's all connected? It's all connected. And how does the business model work? Well, it works like this. Up here is an education platform. See, I didn't know to have this. This is what Grant taught me. I was an operator. So I did all this stuff to get clients, and then I would go work with clients. I didn't think, I should be an education company. So we're an education company. Then from there, we have all these workshops that I talked about. And so if you want to develop your people skills or whatever, you come to a boot camp. There's multiple entry points. And these are people essentials, finance essentials, marketing essentials, sales execution. So you go through and you're like, okay, this is the ecosystem. Well, from there, then people will hire us. They'll come to a 10X 360 if they have a business that's $1 million or more. And then from there, they'll hire us to build their platform and engineer their business. And then they'll hire us to run their business. So what happens is, as people come in and build a relationship and find success and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming, and then you fast forward 3 years, we've got $1.5 billion worth of businesses we're working with. So when that business grows, we grow. We've got businesses we've invested in. We've got businesses we manage. Now we have 200 people doing all these things in our organization and 800 of them in the Grant Cardone organization. So when you put us all together, there's someone that's experts, teams in each one of these lines. All of a sudden, we have an organization that has multiple companies. And we launched 10X Health in partnership with Gary Brecka. Gary Brecka is just like many of you running around, and he's just working and working, and Grant tells me when I meet him, I'm like 40 pounds heavier, and I'm like, "Dude, you look so good." He introduces me to Brecka. All of a sudden, Brecka knocks 40 pounds off me, but I'm watching my buddy Brecka kill himself pursuing his passion. And all of a sudden, he's at one place and then another place, and then he's an hour late. He can't get to the other side of town. And all of a sudden, I see my buddy who's a master at creating health, and I see him getting worn out. And so we're sitting there, and I got an IV, and he's got an IV, and I'm like, "Dude, you look tired." He goes, "Man, I have been everywhere. I just love what I do. I'm getting so burned out. I feel like I'm letting people down." I'm like, "Dude, this doesn't fix itself, and you're running too fast to stop. You can't even come to a workshop. There's only one thing we can do here. Let's go talk to Grant and see if we can partner up." The guy's killing himself doing $300,000-$400,000 a month. We buy that business, we bring the best of what Grant and I bring to it, the best of what Gary Brecka brings to it, and all of a sudden we have a business that last year did $25 million, this year will do $75 million, changing lives all over the world. And so this is an example because it's one of our companies, and we've got a whole bunch of companies we're launching. Look at all those businesses the Grant Cardone empire sits on top of. And now we're going to start producing shows of accomplished entrepreneurs or of partners we've invested in or got us to invest in their dreams and their goals. We've got 10X Buy Sell. We're out finding businesses for you to own in partnership with us, or finding for you to put inside your business as a connected business. We've got Cardone Equity Group launching, so private equity, we can actually go out and acquire businesses. We've got Elena's program that works with couples and relationships and female entrepreneurs. It just keeps going on and on and on. And there'll be 10 more there by the end of this year. 10X HVAC, 10X Dental, 10X Farms and Ranches. These are all things that have been launched. 10X Home Services, 10X Medical. All these are businesses being launched in partnership with people who started as a relationship and went through our system with us and fortified that relationship where we're working together. This is what you take home, because here's the thing. If you get big, your people can get big. Your people's money problems convert from a problem to the opportunity to create wealth with you. Your number one job as a business owner is to create wealth. All it takes is 1 hour a day. Invest in something that's going to pull you forward 1 hour a day. Something new. Stretch your thinking, stretch your doing, and never lose money. Don't gamble, don't go, oh, I got a tip from somebody on this stock or on a Bitcoin, or look, something you can control. Build your confidence by proving to yourself and the people around you that you have the gift of creation. By picking a target, executing to target, bringing people with you, multiplying to target, and then blowing target away. And if you build that confidence for you and your team because you're investing in certain things, and those certain things are your behaviors, your actions, your results. And then target passive income to be equal to earned. Like, tell your team, we want you to have enough money saved in the things we're investing in, invested with us, that in 5 or 10 years, you don't have to work anymore. Do you want to come along that journey? Invite your team to come along the journey. And the next boot camp, bring them here and say, this is how we're going to do it. Create an army at home. Set those targets and pursue them at all costs, because I promise you, when you arrive at that destination, it feels so amazing when you pull a bunch of people with you. And then use good debt. Use good debt. Not bad debt. The car, bad debt. Good debt. Get a line of credit to buy the business that's failing next door to you. Bad debt, buying the boat. Good debt, taking a loan out to grow your business 10 times bigger. Debt is vital to wealth creation. There isn't a major institution in this world that didn't get huge by leveraging cheap debt. I have people that are business owners, they're like, man, if I only had $500,000, I could go out and I could double the size of my business. I'm like, go get it. They're like, no, man, I want an equity partner. I'm like, why would you want to give up 25 to 50%? Because here's the truth test. If I really believed that $500,000 would double my company, why would I want to give half my business up to somebody else to double my company? So I really don't have the confidence I can double my company. I'm hedging. So maybe you shouldn't take such a huge bite, but go borrow your first $50,000 or $100,000 and buy an asset that can generate revenue for your business.